The NBA is known for its incredible talent and nail-biting games, but it's also home to some of the most puzzling unsolved mysteries in sports history. From strange injuries to controversial calls, and even missing championship trophies, these cases have left basketball fans scratching their heads for years. So grab your popcorn and get ready to step onto the court of unsolved mysteries as we dive into the biggest NBA mysteries that remain unsolved to this day. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a casual viewer, this video will leave you with more questions than answers. So, let's get started. Drazen Petrovic. Drazen Petrovic is regarded as one of the greatest European players in history and was a star in the NBA. The New Jersey Nets acquired him in a trade after he began his career with the Portland Trail Blazers. He died in an automobile accident in Germany after just 5 seasons in the NBA. Just before his untimely death, NBA Jam was released, and its developer observed something odd going on with the arcade game. Yao Ming, a 7-foot 6-inch Chinese center with the bulk of a skyscraper and the abilities of a guard, was nurtured to be the greatest basketball player in Chinese history. The Chinese government decided to breed the best basketball player the nation has ever seen to popularize basketball in China. He started receiving special care and receiving basketball instruction as soon as he was born. The tallest player in the Hall of Fame is Yao Ming, and NBA referee Tom Donahue was under FBI investigation for placing bets on NBA games. He placed bets on the game he was refereeing, making calls to ensure that his bets always won. He also used coded language to notify players of other players' ailments and other crucial details during games. He said that an NBA playoff game in 2002 was manipulated because NBA officials would flagrantly miss certain calls on players while making them on others. Lakers vs. Kings in the Western Conference Finals was the only match that required a 7th game, and Donahue acknowledged that he was the NBA's go-to man. He was placed on Game 6s to ensure that they reached the Game 7. Michael Jordan. After helping the Chicago Bulls win the third three-peat in NBA history in 1993, Michael Jordan abruptly announced his retirement from the league. He said he didn't want to play the game with the same passion since he had already established himself as the best player in history. Jordan's resignation, nevertheless, could have a covert explanation since he was a notorious gambler who got into a lot of difficulties in 1992. After winning his second championship, Jordan was summoned to testify in James Bauer's trial. Bauer was a well-known drug dealer who had been convicted and had a personal check for $57,000 that Jordan had personally signed. MJ was seen at a casino early in the morning before Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The top choice in the NBA draft, Michael Jordan retired at the age of 30. Jordan declared his retirement, and the NBA opened an inquiry into his gambling issues after he won his third title in 1993. According to rumors, MJ and NBA Commissioner David Stern made a deal in private for MJ to serve a temporary ban by leaving the NBA. After his retirement, MJ would lead the Bulls to another three-peater. The first 10 selections in the NBA draft, Bison Daly, retired at the age of 30. He acquired a yacht that he called Hakuna Matata and moved to Tahiti after retiring. The yacht was discovered on July 6, 2002, off the coast of Tahiti, but the 3 occupants were nowhere to be seen. Until they received a tip about his whereabouts, police made every effort to locate Miles, but he had long since vanished. He overdosed and went into a coma, which is what the police discovered when they arrived. Later, on September 28th, he passed away. No remains from the Hakuna Matata journey were ever discovered. Lorenzen Wright. Lorenzen Wright, a 6'11" center who played for 5 NBA clubs, was selected 7th overall in the 1996 NBA draft. In Memphis, where he earned $55 million over his career, he established himself. In a field, his corpse was discovered on July 18, 2010. Billy Ray Turner, his ex-wife's gardener, is believed to have assisted Shara, a suspect, in committing the killing. In 2017, they were accused of first-degree murder, but Turner was found guilty and given a life sentence. When Lorenzen attempted to dial 911, dispatchers were unable to locate him and understand him. On February 4th, his jersey number 55 at the University of Memphis was retired. Wilt Chamberlain. Although Wilt Chamberlain retains the record for the most points scored in an NBA game, the number of women he slept with is an even stranger record. It has been said that during the time he was alive, he had 20,000 women in his bed. In 2017, DeMarcus Cousins and Davis decided to visit a haunted home to help Davis get over his anxieties. The Brow almost stripped him of his abilities on April 1st, but AD pulled off the ultimate trick, fooling everyone. Kevin Garnett, one of the finest centermen to ever play the game, continued to get attention with his program Area 21 long after his playing career was over. He became famous thanks to his program in an unexpected way. Because no one could figure out how his hood was remaining on his head, he was a topic of conversation on Twitter and every news channel. Garnett had to explain what was going on, saying that it was like Velcro and that as it goes back, it acts like a little sandpaper, making it impossible to put the hoodie on my head. Manute Bol. Coach Don Freely first saw Manute Bol on the streets of Sudan, where he was one of the tallest basketball players ever, and understood right away that he could become a star in the NBA. Coach Mackey made up his birth date since there was no formal birth certificate from his nation. His friend noticed anything odd after he was selected in the second round of the 1985 NBA draft. He pretended to be 35 years old, but when his buddy looked at the wounds on his head, he discovered he was 55. Manute Bol, one of the tallest basketball players in history, is the subject of this tale. Manute Bol used to drink Heinekens all day to help him gain weight, and the NBA made sure Patrick Ewing traveled to New York on draft night in 1985. These are the two most significant revelations in this work. With a game average of 15.3 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 3.4 blocks for Georgetown, Ewing was widely regarded as the top overall choice. Large envelopes were dropped into a sphere as part of the lottery procedure, and the team whose logo was chosen would get the top overall choice. Only one envelope smacks off the bar as Stern picks it up, and it has a wrinkle on the corner. It bears the Knicks emblem. Stern was aware which envelope would be the Knicks since it would be chilly, according to a rumor that this envelope was also frozen before being put in the sphere. But how Markelle Fultz lost how to shoot the ball is still a mystery. One of the strangest NBA drafts in history took place on June 22, 2017, and it certainly stands today. The Sixers traded up that evening, giving their third selection and future first pick to Boston, and Markelle Fultz was selected first overall. Jason Tatum was ultimately chosen, but Markelle Fultz was the undisputed first overall choice. Before Markelle Fultz forgot how to shoot and turned into a player who couldn't even shoot free throws, pairing him alongside Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons seemed to be a win-win situation for both clubs. On December 4, 2018, Markelle received a diagnosis of thoracic outlet syndrome, which caused irritation or compression on the thoracic outlet, the region behind the neck and upper chest, making it almost difficult for him to shoot the ball. How did he get it, though? Since Markelle said that riding was his first love before basketball and that he had the scars to prove it, there is a possibility that he was engaged in a motorbike accident. What makes this so odd is that trauma from a car collision, particularly one involving a motorcycle, is one of the most prevalent causes of thoracic outlet syndrome. Since nothing has ever been established, we may never learn the truth about Markelle Fultz's fate. Do you have any theories or ideas on what really happened to Manute Bol's age, or how the Knicks end up with the number 1 pick in the 1985 NBA draft? Or maybe you have some thoughts on what really caused Markelle Fultz's sudden inability to shoot. Leave your comments down below, and let's continue the discussion. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.